But you got to destroy your limiting beliefs first. But I hear it all the time. I educate people on actually building their real estate business larger and growing and holding assets. That's one of the facets that I do. And I hear these excuses time and time again. And it's always not enough money. I'm waiting for this imaginary amount of money to show up. And maybe if you're completely broke, don't buy assets. I'm not saying to do that. But if you have some money, if you've made a rip on a wholesale, if you've made a rip on a flip, if you've made some money in retail real estate, and you've got a little nest egg, you probably have enough. You'd be surprised, right? You'd be surprised. My credit's bad. There's ways around that. All the panel that was up here last, they went into a lot of it, but there's ways around that. I have to have 20 to 30% down on every single property. That would be super hard if you have a W-2 and you're fixed income. That's super hard if you make a shitload of money. You're gonna go keep putting 20, 30% down just to try to build a portfolio. You're gonna get to 10 houses in the next 100 years. It's gonna be really hard because guess what? Most people aren't good savers. So you're not gonna be able to save yourself to that point. But you gotta create the equity in it, all right? We'll walk through it. I need a W-2. I've heard other people that are wholesalers or they're construction workers and they're like, man, I just make commissions or I just make, cash. I need a W-2 so I can show that I can get it to lending. There's ways around that too. All you lack is education. You just need new tools right here to be able to do it. Another caveat is like, man, I've heard it over here a couple times on the stage too. Well, you can get in the wrong deal, and you can get hurt. But what if we only bought deals with multiple exit strategies? What if we went into it already knowing that one, I don't know where the deal is. That's an objection. I don't know how to find deals. I don't know how to fund the deals. I'm gonna give you those tools right now. So what type of deals to buy? Discounted properties, deals with multiple exit strategies, like I just said. If you aren't networking and talking to people and telling them that you're looking to get into real estate or whatever you're looking to do, I've had multiple conversations in the back with people that I've traded contact information that want to buy deals from me, that I buy deals from them, and I've done business with a lot of the people that speak on stage here and the people that are in this audience. So they're right here. Business is done right here, person to person. Let's not glance over that, okay? How to fund the deal. With the right deal, the funding is easy. Let me give you an example. Let me kind of try to break your mindset. If you had a property, these are just exaggerated numbers, but just bear with me, okay? If you had a property worth $1 million and you only were buying it for $1, do you think you could finance it? Yeah, no? Okay, you probably could, right? If you knew it was worth $1 million. What if you owned a $1 million property worth $1 million and you had no debt on it? Do you think you could get a HELOC, which is a home equity line of credit? It's a line of credit, basically that property. Or could you refi the house? Well, yeah, you could. Okay. I don't have $1 million. How does that apply to me? Here you go. You guys are probably semi-familiar with the Burr method, but this breaks it down a little more simple, okay? Projected value of the property repaired is $100,000. Purchase price, $50,000 for this scenario. Rehab budget, $20,000. These are all even made up numbers, but I'm trying to communicate this process to you to get rid of any limiting beliefs and excuses of why you don't start accumulating assets. Because Blackstone's doing it. I don't want to hear anything like, oh, that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea if you don't know what you're doing. The lender, you're all in $70,000, right, on this specific situation. The lender's going to give you 70% loan to value on that, or ARV, as repaired value, okay? So the lender's going to give you $70,000. In this specific scenario, you're a net neutral. You've heard a couple of guys up here say, I have no money in the deal. I have real estate, and I've never had to leave any money into the deal. This is it. This is how. This is why. They talked to one dude in here that sold them a deal that they rehabbed, and then they refinanced it. Or they got a bank loan right up front, an ARV-style loan from a small bank, and purchased it. That's how I started. I wasn't a wholesaler at first. I was in construction, like I said. So I didn't even know anything about wholesaling. I learned about wholesaling after I had owned rentals, owned property. So in this specific deal example, we have some exit strategies, okay? What I like to focus on is affordable housing. Don't go crazy. We're not gonna do this with a $500,000 deal in Oklahoma, and we're not going to do this with, $3, $4, $5 million deal in Scottsdale or other markets like that. We're doing this where we have multiple exit strategies. So I want to be able to flip the deal. If I want to sell it today, I can make a gross revenue of $30,000. Yes, there's commissions out. Yes, there's other things out of it. But I'm going to make a gross revenue projection of $30,000 minimum. Because in that specific scenario, we had $30,000 in what? Equity. Or we could keep the deal, rent it out. So if we couldn't sell it in X amount of time, I know that I could probably just keep the damn thing and rent it out. So now I know it's covered. Boom. Set it, forget it. If I can't sell the flip, turn it over here, put it on a longer loan, keep it. Now I'm doing the next deal. I'm doing the next deal. I'm doing the next wholesale. I'm doing whatever I do for active income. Boom, boom, boom. Set it, forget it. Keep them peeled back. They add up, trust me. Sell the deal creatively. Now, some of the guys talked about that a minute ago, but you can do some creative financing on the way out and be the bank. If you guys want to learn more about that, hit me up, and I'm happy to chat about it. I love doing that. I do a lot of it. Let's see the compounding effect of this, because it's not sexy. Coming up here and talking about making $1 million a wholesale a month, or even $100,000 in flips and wholesales, that's sexy. That's clickbait. That's great. That's cool. Because it's not sexy to be like, got 3 properties. Guess where they're at? Downtown. Yeah, it's real cool. That's not sexy at all, but it compounds. One deal, $30K in equity. 50 deals over a period of time. We got a 1.5 if this scenario plays out, which it does. I'm 100% factual it does. 100 deals. we got 3 million. But this is what I'm not even talking about. This is just some easy math numbers for you to kind of grasp the concept, because this doesn't include the period of time of these properties getting paid down. This doesn't include what if you got a better deal on some of these properties. This doesn't include what if you rehabbed some of these properties less or you didn't have to. Spread gets bigger, net worth gets bigger, wealth gets bigger, and then if you get the right connections on how to finance them, cash flow gets bigger. And if you're making good money, some of y'all are probably making pretty good money in active income. I mean, let's just ask a common sense question. I'm gonna go off of this. How do you think most people in real estate obtain massive wealth? Through holding? Do you think it's through massive flipping companies? Do you think it's through large nationwide wholesaling? I think that's a good tool. Like, I'm not cracking on it, but I'm like, a lot of times people build massive amounts of wealth with a very small team by holding assets. We gotta stop some of the annoying things that just drive me crazy. And that's when I talk to people like, well, Austin, I know what you're saying, and I get that. But what about multifamily? It's like, oh yeah, super excited. I understand that you can't afford to buy any education, and you can't afford to barely get into a room like this. But you know what you're probably not gonna go do? Buy a $50 million multifamily at a good price. It drives me crazy. Let's use some freaking common sense. I'm tired of it. But storage units, same thing, you know? A lot of pipe dreams. Don't get me wrong. These are great tools when you get to the level and the ability to do it. And I'm not saying that you're not there. There are probably many people out there that are ready to do this kind of stuff. If you haven't done deals, if you don't own any real estate, you can't expect to go, you know, from high school baseball to the major leagues in one day. So let's dial it back on the excitement. And I know social media is super cool about crypto and NFTs and Bitcoins and, you know, Amazon stores and whatever else is out there to catch you and make you think you're gonna get rich quick, you know? I have to give credibility to Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone said it best, right? I'm not here to get rich quick. I'm here to get rich for sure. And I'm telling you right now, that works, okay? Owning asset works. So for those of you wholesalers passing on deals, retail agents making great money out there and just never learning how to actually own property and to scale that vertical, right? Because it's another vertical, it's another side of your business that's gonna complement the active side. You don't have to do that much, it doesn't take that much time and energy. You guys wanted your time back. I'm giving you the recipe for it right here. You'd like to dial off some wholesales and just start playing with your portfolio? Well, you can get there. Maximize your potential by building wealth, all right? So if you guys have any questions, scan this. This is my website. Fill out the information. I'm happy to help you. I do coaching. I do help people, and I show them exactly how we've scaled our business. I showed you how I went from construction to now I'm living where I want to live, how I want to live, where I want to live, when I want to do it. And it was all through holding property. It was all through buying property. Now, it's a mix, right, of flipping some, learning how to hold those assets. And the majority of you that don't think you can get into holding property and building that balance sheet, building that actual real estate wealth, you can. And then if you want to decide after you've accumulated enough to trade up, to play the monopoly game, to move those single families and then do the multifamily and then do the storage unit or wherever you want to do, you have the ability to do so because you have some credibility and some experience of actually doing something real. Does that make sense? If you guys have any questions or you just want to hit me up, I'm on Instagram. I didn't put anything up here. It's the best way to communicate with me, and I hope I was able to add value to your day. Was it good? I appreciate it. Awesome. Thank you, guys.